G'day guys, welcome to the mailbag preview for Caulfield on the
1st of June.
1st of June.
mate.
First of the, is that financial year, Jonathan?
No.
Clearly not for a bloke who hasn't done his tax for 5 years.
If you work for the tax office, Jack
Oh, sorry.
Dickens.
Yeah, Jack J-A-K, D-O-Y-K. Yeah.
Alright,
How we doing?
good. Drew,
Welcome
how
back.
are you?
Pretty
You've
good,
been
mate.
running the show very well, well done. Midweek tipping's been outstanding.
And give it my best. Can't wait for you to come back.
Nicko,
Dicko?
great man, fresh off schoolies, we'll get to that in a second. And the man, the myth, the wish. Jonathan, well, thanks for turning up. We've all waited half an hour, a little bit more, we've had a few more
Welcome.
goats than I would have wanted to before we started filming, but you've been stuck in traffic, have you?
Yeah, and looking for best bets. And there's some bloke jumped on the road at the Pan Highway as well, which is no good, but you'll learn to negotiate that going forward as well.
Yeah, and also if you would like to join us in 2019, use your puntingform.com.au login, which you have. You don't need to rely on news agents and best bets.
I can't write on my computer screen. I can't keep my
You
pen out.
You can.
You can.
On mine, I
You got a
can.
little pen.
Or if you upgrade it.
I don't want to upgrade. I'm happy the way things are going. No, I'm not happy the way things are going. I'm absolutely fucking fly blown. But anyway,
Now, Nick,
Yes.
Where have you been?
when did schooling start being in the middle of the year?
Oh, it wasn't schoolies.
How old are you?
20.
Did you go on schoolies?
Nah.
So this was like a late schoolies for you.
It was a family trip. It was nothing like schoolies. So
Where'd you go? Bali?
went on a cruise to New Caledonia.
And how'd you go?
It was like
What were
the
the over-unders?
most torturous.
1.5
week of my life.
over-unders on
so
Tinder?
which your mum's side of the family?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So Dave and Jackie just kept the horse stable turning over.
Yeah, pretty much. I had to go there yesterday to help him do some boxes, pretty much. So that was how my day was yesterday. But no, the cruise was alright.
Where'd you go?
New Caledonia.
All you could drink.
Couple of rastas, no?
Yeah, there was actually rastas everywhere over there. So it was a bit different, bit of an experience.
Wristies, did you say?
No, reefer. Reefer.
Oh, right.
bar.
What about
Smoke a little
wristies?
bit of the reef, did you, dog? Eh?
No, didn't get around it. But
No wristies?
no.
No reefs over there, mate.
There's plenty of reefs. You go snorkeling on the
Just
reefs.
went snorkeling. That was alright.
So do you need a passport to do that?
Yeah.
Oh, you wouldn't know.
What are you? Oh, New Caledonia is, yeah, it's like just part of New South Wales, mate. Yeah, you just fine, just drive over the toll bridge and you're there. Sweet. No stamps, no nothing.
Drew, straighten us up.
Let's get straight into it. We're at Caulfield. There's rain around. It's absolutely shit cold right now. Soft 6 currently, 3 to 5 millimeters, maybe tomorrow. So we're looking, let's say, soft 5, soft 6. What do you guys think it's going to do?
Big
Rails out
difference.
13, isn't it?
14. Big difference between the soft 5 and then what they call a soft 6. It might be a 7 or an 8.
Yeah.
You'd have to
They
get
want
some.
turnover.
They want to, that's exactly right.
Turnover.
Funding. So you have to wait and see, but they've been sort of getting off the rail a bit as a general rule, haven't they? So as long as you're rolling around the corner and off the rail.
I'd say
4 or 5
anything, if anything, be run on, but I'm very keen to hear what Jonathan and Nick say.
Well, I think there was a meeting here not too long ago that was rail out 14, and they sort of used a fair bit of the track. So, like, I'd be thinking they'd be doing something similar to
Was that the meeting that Bam's on fire, one up the fence?
that.
When the seas
That was
parted?
10 metres.
That was the rail was out. I don't think it was 14, but I would imagine some sort of similar racing to that, where they're sort of all trying to find the lane.
It was reasonably fair though. You can still lead and win. It's just
Yeah.
if you're rolling on the corner and fold it off.
Well, I thought the track was good for punters that day. Like, I don't think anyone had
Yeah, so
too hard a day finding winners.
so you feathered your nets for New Caledonia.
The cats got fed, the lay-by on the boat ticket got paid.
Yep.
And Drew, where'd you buy your cash? Moving
storing
on.
it.
Meow meow.
Well, what can I say? Someone's got to visit Cecil Street, mate.
Too good, mate. Too good.
Anyway, so we think it's going to be a pretty fair track, might be able to run on. Every horse gets their chance, tempo is key.
Yep.
as you like to say, Jonathan, tempo. Okay.
Tempo is the key.
Let's,
Race one.
Except I
let's
want
get
to
straight
know
into
many
it.
of them count. In their head that's going, oh, follow the pack. I better whip and come around the turn.
Does happen.
Race 1, Drew.
1200 metres, 2-year-old handicap. Wilmot Pass is $3.30 favourite from Breeze and Mirando, $3.70, who has been well supported in early markets. Outside of that, we have the Astrologist at $8, Can't Be Done at $10, and we'll go the rest.
Double figures the rest.
I got the map duties, so the map Can't Be Done, I think, will probably lead. Wilmot Pass will be thereabouts. Igniting probably holds barrier 2. Doubt they'll be as positive on the Astrologist as they were last start at Cranbourne. He's probably holding some sort of spot. Scorpius, the first starter from 10, can come across and be right on speed. And then there's a few decisions to be made from wider barriers with Desert Dream, the Wiseman, and Z Horder.
So you're sort of thinking there's going to be a fair bit of tempo here, Nick.
Yeah, I think they'll run along a bit.
There's a few that want to roll forward.
Yeah, there's a few that want positions which can drive the tempo.
Yeah. I've expected to find Brazen Brando favourite. Why isn't it?
How much time have we got to get through these races? Because I feel we're going to be here till
Yeah, we're going to try
Friday
and do it
lunchtime,
quite
right?
quickly.
simply. Brazen Brando's trial was just was fair. It wasn't any better than the Astrologist in my mind. I think Wilmot Pass will be very hard to beat. I like horses that go to the line without the whip. That won at Moe without the whip. Igniting trial well. Big query the 12. Z Horder. Cindy Alderson horses have improved over the last 6 weeks, 8 weeks for some reason or another.
She doesn't chuck Will on too often, does she?
No, but I'm confidently backed. Confidently will back Wilmot Pass in this race. And when I opened up the book, I thought, yeah, I want to find Brazen Brando, but his trial just wasn't up to it for mine.
But they get some blinkers on first up here.
No, blinkers off.
No, they're back on. They weren't on in the trial.
Sorry, blinkers off. Blinkers on.
Blinkers on.
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to show.
I kind of was thinking exactly what you are, Jonathan. Wishy. But blinkers on, therefore it's sort of right back in calculations, but the trials are sweet, so
It's
probably just a Mount Yard Mail race and just low spend. Boys,
No, I'm
anything?
backing Wilmot Pass. I've just told you
Yeah,
there it is.
Wilmot Power.
Nicko?
If I had to have one on top, I think the Astrologist represents sort of some value at $8. He got away with the race there first up at Cranbourne, but
It'll run my worst if possible.
I'm with you. I'm hard against it.
Yeah. It'll run my worst.
I think it's got some talent there. He could have paraded better at Cranbourne. I think there's some improvement there. It's a really deep race. It's probably not a race I'm betting into on the day.
Cool. Well, let's move on to race number 2. It is 2,000 metre race, 3-year-old handicap. Skyway Star has come up $4.20 favourite from Titan Blinders and Mangione.
How are we saying that one, Nick?
I've never heard it called before.
Number 3,
Mangione?
Mangione.
Mangione. I'll take that. At 7s,
Mangione.
Star Missile at 8s, and Tysonics is also 8s, but it's most likely going up to Queensland.
Nicholas?
Bit of a busy map here. Titan Blinders will probably look to use barrier 1 and lead. Build a Bear will come across. Ignite will come across. Meant to Be could lead. Trumpster has speed. So, yeah, there's a few horses here.
I'd say from 1, is it Stevie Basta on Titan Blinders?
Yeah, I've mapped him to lead.
Stevie, I don't think he'll lead. I think he'll let him be crossed. Find himself in a deep hole there on the fence.
And he's led his last 4 runs as preparation.
Yeah, I know.
He
I'm
could
just,
lay his edge.
just thinking Stephen's a bit dodgy there from 1.
Anyone
Jonathan,
betting
betting?
I'll be keeping number 4, American in Paris, and number
this
5,
is very scary, punters.
Dogmatic, safe.
I thought there was only one possible angle here on the previous show on Thursday, and that was American in Paris. It's good odds.
American, it'll handle the wet too.
It'll handle the wet. Yeah.
American.
From 4, there's good. Like Nick and I are disagreeing on the map, which I'd say means there's going to be good speed.
Yeah.
So it'll suit American in Paris if it is fair. I've always had a lot of time for Green Ivy's horse, and Tysonic, if it's there, will be in the numbers. So would Fighting Fury. It's a really nice type that's yet to deliver. It's on its potential from the way it parades. I think Skyway Star from 2 is worth opposing here, laying on betfair.com.au. So, mate, we all good?
Or betting
We're recording?
or betting around it on course with Wishy.
Hey, whichever way we want to do it.
Yeah, this is a pretty tricky race because you got Skyway Star, well, a fair few of them dropping back in trip to 2,000 metres. So
Shit race, let's move on, because otherwise we're going to be,
Yep.
we will be here.
I'm happy
all
with
night.
that.
I was Bill the Bee and DeRosa.
Right.
Roof, anything?
No, nothing there.
Race 3, Druzy, 1,440 metres.
Asgard,
mind.
Asgard Massif is now the $3.30 favourite from Liculate $4. Blinder is $8.50. Symphonet $9 under the rest. Map.
Map here, well, you'd think Asgard Massif would roll forward and try to lead. Mr. Genoa, I doubt they'll lead on him here, but he'll be rolling forward. Persuade will get forward, and then the rest of them can sort of slot in behind there. Like Magnus Eva, Blinder, Reef Master, probably all look to be semi-cast, so maybe one of them tries to roll
Jonathan,
forward.
anything here?
This is another, the fields aren't that strong. I'll be keeping my foot on being Coney Magic odds. And
Just to clarify, because I don't understand what you mean, so most people are
keeping my foot on it, so if it wins, I won't be backing it, but I'll be under the odds or either.
avoiding punters backing it with him unless
Yeah.
they're very unastute.
Well, even if you're unastute, I'll still throw their money back somewhere else, hopefully it overs. But yeah, it's sort of one, but they're not. The horse I wonder about is this all-in brawl. Like, there's a 3-year-old now. Its first start, I think he got beaten by Nose at Mooney Valley, or second start got beaten at Mooney
Scratched,
Valley.
I think.
Okay, the traffic beats me. Righto, being Coney Magic for me at odds.
Okay, do you want me to go?
Yeah,
Yeah,
if
jump
you-
in.
if you'd like to.
Okay, number 9, Ledger Late, I think is a complete and utter moral here. Gets winkers off, blinkers on, drawn 6. It was giving a Craig Newell Froggy special at Flemington, but in a good form race. That is a stronger form line as you're going to get this time of year. From 6, I think it can be ridden a little bit further forward with the blinkers on. I think there's good speed here. I think there's horses like Mystic Anoa, Magnesiva and Blinder drawn wide. Track pattern won't be real clear by now, so I want to be sort of positive, at least 2 of the 3. There'll be not enough tempo here that it's an honest race. Asgard Massif, if they all sneak, is incredibly suited, and I can see that, but it's very, very short for what it's done so far. Mystic Anoa, it'll be my second selection, then Asgard Massif. So I'll probably have a really big bet at Ledger Late and have something on Mystic Anoa, who I black booked some time back. It's delivered, but it's still got more to come. I think get a ton try on.
Nicko.
Yeah, I think Mr. Genoa was a bet here. Loved his win first up at Hamilton. I've always liked this horse from the trials. He's always looked like he's had plenty of ability. His SP's backed that up. Like his first run for Weir, he was hard in the market. I think he went up like $5 that day at Bendigo. He started $2.30. I think you found him from the yard.
It was
Actually.
absolutely unlimited for him that day.
Like the spruik on him was huge. He didn't live up to it. Now,
Oh!
Yeah, you know the horse.
Oh, when we went to Bendigo, we had a fill up still.
Yeah.
We lost shit like that race.
Jesus, all-star crew here.
Here it is, Skinny!
Hey, fuck off the set.
Is it filming?
Yeah, it doesn't Right.
anyway, Mr. Genoa loved his first up win. I think he's a great bet here at $12. He's a serious horse and could be the best horse in this race. He just has to put a few things together, but he is a talented horse.
I think this is the perfect race though. Miss Ganoa, tongue tie on, Ledger Late blinkers on.
Jesus put in some bad performances when the money was on.
Yeah, I know, but
And when it was weird.
but near second stable, second prep, if you got like we're using, I use Bet Angel, you use Bet Angel.
Bet Angel.
You can set up your ladder preference pre-race, and you can see if there's strong money or not much money for it, or what you can really identify where that cash is coming from, and then in play early in the first 100 metres, you can make a call here. Because if a bunch of them roll forward, I just want to launch Ledger Late. I want to be so heavy.
Personally, Mr. Genoa, it's 1-0-58. Like it's a big class.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But it's drawn 10,
yeah,
right?
and it's at Hamilton. It's 1-0-58 at Hamilton.
Yeah, but it's drawn
It's gonna be much
10.
weaker.
Drawn 10. So if they sneak here,
That's
and
why
it's got to
you-
run over the top of horses, I don't want to be with it.
No.
If it rolls forward, sits ourselves.
That's why you
I
get the
I need to
13
have something on it, which I can do with Bet Angel.
But this could be 13s into 5s if they back it like it has at the start, and I wouldn't be taking $5 about it.
Yep.
I've got 2 horses I like here. Asgard and Massif. If there's any clear leader bias, we don't know what the track's going to do. I can't be against it. I think it's probably the right odds if On Speed is suited for the first 2 races. The most interesting horse is Hypnos. when you talk about the best horse in the race, this horse has run second in a Group 1 in New Zealand over 1,600 metres behind Madison County.
That's a Group 3 though, Drew.
Yeah, well,
Kiwis, bro.
and what class are we in here? This isn't a group class. It's run extremely well.
Is Sunline dead yet? Sunline still with us?
I don't know, mate.
It's about the last horse I can remember winning from New Zealand.
Your Crocs are still with us.
We'll be seeing-
They're Rivers Crocs.
Could be saying-
nice
Could be seeing Q on this card winning from New Zealand. Look, this horse 1,200 up to 1,400, third up. It loves a wet track. It'll be storming home. If the on speeders aren't suited, this horse has no early speed. It'll be getting back and it'll be running
Yeah,
off.
that's the problem. The map's a little sticky.
Yeah. But if they're getting wide and they're coming down the outside early, I think it'll still get a okay spot and run.
I just like hanging shit on you, Drew, because every international that goes around.
Yeah, most likely. There is one I won't be backing on the card, so there you go.
Look at that.
Only one.
There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Is it in this next race?
We're dragging on with the race
If
here.
Ligulite was over from the UK, Drew would be like, oh, it's just an win.
Shove.
Blue.
It's a complete moral. Bet until it hurts.
Yeah,
Race
right.
5, Drew.
Race 4.
Probably. Mr. Reckless $4.
Sorry, mate.
Silent Raw $4.80. It is a 1,600 metre race, by the way. Outside of that, we have Shrouded in Mist $10 and Bag Raider $8.
Bag Raider. I think my mate Kenny Clarkson's in that horse.
Yep. And sorry, I missed Sam Slick, who is in the market at $5.
Yeah, pretty good speed here. Silent Roar can roll forward, Shrewd in the Mist, Royal Thunder, Macrobius, Snip Fit, all looking for positions on the map. There's a few of them drawn sort of inside barriers, like Sam Slick, good idea of Revelist that don't have a lot of speed. If Sam Slick, if they look to use the gate and probably look to box seat, he's probably the horse to beat. It's just whether they do that, and like if they were a bit passive from the gate, he could end up buried back on the rail, which would be good. Maybe he didn't play a bet there.
Last start movers bet, and again, Sam Slick's a massive, like, you need to have an API. Because you can't back this. This horse is the most likely winner of this race. This horse is the most exciting horse in this race.
I disagree.
Hang on, can I just finish? I'm glad you do, because it's more entertaining when you do. But, drawn 1, if they're neutral from the gate and let fall back the fence, I'll probably lay it, which I can't. You play Bet Angel or whichever one you want to use. But if it lands box C or it's looking like it's going to get a nice smooth roll into the straight, then I want to be all over it. Jonathan, which do you think is the best horse in the race?
Well, Mr. Reckless has got the most room to improve, being an international runner.
Oh,
He
make
hit
up your mind. 1 minute
I
you're
was
off, 1
just
minute
taking,
you're
I was
on.
taking the piss out of Drew, but Mr. Reckless is the one with the most improvement in it, 4-year-old horse. They did run reasonable time at Flemington over 1,600 when it was fresh last up. It's only going to be better from that run, I'd imagine. C. Waller, it's the one I'd be, if there's a late firm, I'd be a bit scared of. A few sniffing around Bag Raider, you reckon, Dicko?
A few at the moment, that's for sure, but they're not involved in most of them.
When did you get so funny? That's your best call on the show ever.
A few sniffing around Bag Raider.
Imagine if Bag Raider was in the same race as non-payer.
Well, there is a snip fit. Snippety.
Nicko?
They'd be shrouded in mist and bag. There's a lot of drug references, yeah.
I thought this was a
Revelous?
tricky sort of race.
Revs?
Haven't been there for a while. You go in there on a Friday, come out Monday afternoon.
Paramoose Boy was the horse I was keen to back when we went to Warrnambool. He was well back
Huge
there.
SP profile, Nicholas.
Yep.
Like it.
SP, hard in the market against Guizo. He was cooked in the mounting yard, which
Yeah, absolutely
is
gone.
my concern here, whether they've got him back. But Craig Williams goes aboard, which suggests good intent. His runs prior, especially his last run at Caulfield behind Call Today, Dr. Drill, although beaten sort of 3 lengths sectionally, was a very good run, and he was given sort of the way the race was run, he wasn't given much opportunity to win. If he can bounce through that Warrnambool run, which the booking of Craig Williams suggests to me the horse is going well, I'm happy to play him each way at $12.
Yeah, I've got a big
I'm the same
Big
there,
tick,
so.
big tick from me too, Nick. Yeah, Paramount's Boy. It'd be my second selection from Sam Slick, but it's not a race on that.
Big
key
yard
to,
also, like he could be cooked again.
which likely guys will be getting on back.
Race 5, 1,100 metres handicap. Bandipur $3 with William Thomas at $3 as well. Jungle Edge $5.50, Enigman $7 along to the rest.
Jungle Edge probably goes straight to the front here with the claim. Bandipur can probably box seat. Woozy Choice has some speed. Malibu Style can get forward. If I was giving the tactics to Johnny Price and Mickey D, I'd be telling them to follow Bandipur wherever it went and then peel off its back at the top of the straight. And I think if they do that on William Thomas, he will be very hard to beat.
Jonathan?
If this is on the heavier side of slice 6, I want to be with Jungle Edge. It was a good run last start. Order of Command franked its form again, winning at Flemington.
I could have written. I knew you'd do this.
What do you mean?
I know how you think.
Okay, and
It
Malibu
makes
Style.
sense. It was a strong run on the same track. The horse had beat its won since. That's just Jay Walsh Jr. to the T. He's keeping that safe, probably getting a fair bit out of it.
Yeah, and Malibu Style's over the odds too. It's more for the run, wasn't. It just didn't have much luck.
Like,
Much luck.
It was in Group 1.
Much luck.
It's just
It's absolutely slaughtered at Morphettville. It can win this.
so we're thinking along the same lines. I think Bandipur is gross unders, and I think William Thomas is also unders. It's 1 of 0 to 78 going into open class.
Yeah, William Thomas is 1-0-78 at like almost group time.
But
It's got good ability.
It has got good ability, but if this track is a bog,
I reckon it'll just suit him.
the two ones we want on a bog, Jungle Edge is clearly if this gets to like a heavy, Jungle Edge is just near a mile if it gets that wet.
When does Jungle Edge ever win though?
When it's real heavy.
When it's real heavy.
Like Ballarat Cup Day.
One of those big races in New South Wales and Sydney last year.
I could never back a horse that had
I think
68 starts compared to a horse that's had 8 that's on the up coming through.
Well, there's no doubt William Thomas is on the 8, but Bandipur's the one I'm more heavily against.
Yeah.
Bandipur looks a bit chewed up.
I think Bandipur will start $4 and it'll be heavily opposed as it is on this show by everyone here, unless you're with it.
No, I'm totally
So
against
all
it.
4 of us are against it. Drawn 2, awful. Does get Brad off Willow on, which is a tick. Drawn 2, maybe Willow can do something from there, but Willow doesn't like to be strong early. He likes to let him get into a rhythm. In this sort of race, I think he's going to find the fence and be hard to get it
I
right.
reckon Eggman's way too short as well.
Yeah, Nick Man drawn 8 doesn't have a nice run here either. I think Malibu Styles overs. William Thomas will win. And the wetter it gets, Jungle Edge needs to be considered. There's 3 horses. I think you can get a lot out of these at these odds with such a percentage taken up by Bandipur, etc.
On to race 6, 1100 metres, 3-year-old fillies, handicap, Propel $2.70. Feared Eyes $7.50. Sorry, Bams on Fires 6s. Elgidon misses 6s as well, along with the rest.
Yeah, bit of speed here, Feared Eyes. You can see why they called her that because she looks a bit sort of mad. Yeah, definitely looks like she gets on the bit a bit early, so she'll be right there.
Calm down, Jonathan, don't.
Illuminaire look to go forward. Tell me, Jewel, Perino, there's good speed in this race as well.
Jonathan?
Oh, more beer to
Look at the
it.
same shit. This judge is no good.
When I first opened the book, I'm like, Propel was good last start. I'll try and find it again. When I went through the race, I thought it might have been, it definitely can win, but it's unders, it's short. Feared Eyes, I thought was equal to the trial of Albion Miss.
Yeah, they both flew.
Quora.
Yeah.
What do you think of Quora?
I don't want to take horses out of 0 to 58 grade. The gap between maiden and 0 to 58 is smaller than the gap between 0 to 58 and 0 to 64.
Write that down.
So this horse is going up multiple grades, so I can't.
And synthetic to turf.
Can't take it.
Yeah, no, I think it's an interesting horse.
Yeah, but no, I come up with Feared Eyes. You want it to lead, go hard, fold off on the corner, and I thought it was a good each way show. But today, when I started doing the form on this race, it was like $10 and $11, and I've got here at $7.50, so it changes the way
You look at it.
Yeah. So yeah, but it was. Well, you watched the trials. It was equal to Albion Miss.
It was about a head between them. They can both win. Propel gets a serious weight drop. Not big weights, man, but she carried 60 kilos against Bams on 5
Oh, yeah.
last start, and they pretty much met equal here.
Bams on 4 was also drawn perfectly and had the fucking C's part, which reamed us right in the
No,
center.
reamed you. I back Bams on
Yeah,
5.
me and mine, Jonathan.
Read me.
Me and
Yeah,
mine.
roommate.
Alright? Propel clocked the fastest last run of the race somehow, despite looking like it was in front.
It can still win, it's just a bit shorter.
It won't win. Bams on Fire was blessed last start. I'm not religious, but it was blessed. Drawn 14. It's more of thinking right here. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? It'll hurt this horse's chances.
No, I said Propel's
It'll
good
start
on
$10. Bams on Fire. Propel probably wins, but I agree with Jonathan. It's not a race I'm that keen to bet on. I think it'll win.
this. The other horse,
There's,
I reckon,
there's a lot of question marks on them.
little
And
chance.
then the track. What's his track doing? How heavy's it gotten? If it's a soft 5, soft 6, bet.
Oh, look,
If it's a soft 7, worse. I don't want to know about
I
the
couldn't
race.
even bet it on a
I
soft 6.
hope it's an absolute bog. That's what I'm waiting for, because then I'm happy to bet heavier on a couple of things. But Angel Lass was good last start too. In the wrong part of the track, he can improve. Third up.
Yeah, if I was taking a quaddy, I'd only take the first 4 in the market. There's only 4 legitimate winning chances, but they're all good chances, so I don't really see there's much of an edge there.
Dicko calls it.
He's breaking the joint.
How's the set here? You know, we've had Scoot come in. G'day boys, here you go. Fuck off, Scoot. Off your phone.
You gotta love it.
Yeah.
On to race 7, 1440 metres, BM 84. We have Big Good Jim over $1.70, Dan and Roman $7, $8. Nocio is actually running here, so it's $9, and Elite Drake $10. I mean, when you got a race when Elite Drake is $10 in the city, something's wrong, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a pretty average race. I think Big Uchi Mother strikes a worse race here than he raced in last time.
Exactly, and he's still getting $1.70. What's to go there?
Maybe the map. Like, there's a few horses that look to roll forward. Elite Drake probably leads. Aaron Cheney, off his last run, go forward. Heavenwood's a bit one-dimensional. He'll probably roll forward. Big Uchi Mother, I could see sort of sitting 3 back, 1 off, or even outside the leader if they want to. But it's pretty much a case if Declan Bates keeps me out of trouble, which looks a pretty easy job from barrier 11, he should be winning.
If Craig Williams was on it, yeah, it'd be an absolute mile. Declan Bates was on it. He found trouble on it last start. But missed the kick by a couple of lengths, hunted up, parted. Oh, at $1.70.
In terms of taking $1.60 last start and $1.70 here, I'd much rather take $1.70 here.
I'll
But
be.
this is a much better setup. Gets the golden switch, barrier 2 to barrier 11. I think the $1.70 is probably still overs because you should just win.
Oh, I'm happy to. You've got to lay the tomato sauce on. It's like, how many do you back in tomato sauce? Like, do you go in and like, go and have?
Oh, that's a
Max
fucking
Spencer.
fantastic question.
Max
And
Spencer.
and Nick's got huge ability, but he's young like me. It's one thing.
I'm prepared to take the risk.
It's one thing to
No.
talk about him, but it's another thing to do it.
Yeah, there's no point. If anyone who takes tomato sauce,
You're not going to launch
don't
at
go.
$1.70.
I think if
I know you're not.
I reckon $1.80, I'd launch $1.80.
Like, my
It
attitude.
might be a dollar.
my
Might be if you go
attitude-
down the ring, you'll get $1.80 on. If this field stays,
Well, I get
like
$1.80 with you.
yeah, if it's $1.78 on Betfair, I'll bet you $1.80.
That's
Yeah, no, where else are you going to get $1.80 when it's $1.75 on Betfair?
No, that's fair.
Nowhere.
Nowhere. And at this, because I think it's going to get trapped wide. I think Aaron Cheney can improve. Elite Drake,
The SP profile of Aaron Cheney shits me. The fucker was good last start.
Yeah.
And be good to your mother if it didn't get blessed in a straight, wouldn't have won.
when you have the piss, is exactly what I just said.
Oh, sorry.
But
I
agree.
thought you were just bagging me.
No, and with Elite Drake, you've potted it. It gets in with 52 kilos. Now, what odds would Widgie Turf be in this race?
Yeah, that's fair. but
$2.
Would it be?
Start
Yeah, if
before
it,
it did get better terrain. Like,
yeah, I know it got beaten at terrain. It was hard up against it, but its run against Widgie Turf was very sound, and it's got no weight. Be Good Your Mother is clearly was its grand final last week as well. Like, how much improvement has this horse got any improvement left in it?
The main chink I could find in the horse, because we think very similar.
Barrier
which
11 and
fucking
Declan Bates.
Fucking scary. D Bates, Caulfield.
Yeah.
Barrier 11, it is a golden switch though. He's right there. I agree with that. But third go 1400. That's not sweet.
Yeah, is it? It's,
Third go 400. You don't do that, right?
It's
So this is
yeah.
just like the horse. It won at Flemington, which was another like crack. And then they just let it go home. It ate up for 4 days. Gave it a gallop. Ate up again. Horse looks like a sweep. Let's run it again.
Yeah, I'm not saying it. I'm not
Because,
saying it
because
won't
they'd
win.
have some goal in mind in autumn, spring, some down the track thing that it doesn't matter if it runs this week and maybe one more time.
Yeah,
So they're just trying to get some prize money. So this is not a thought out
Yeah, this
progression for this horse. It's a third grade 400.
Oh,
If it was going to
100%.
1600 or 1500, I'd be keener.
well, that's exactly
But I
what
think it'll still probably win, but
not at those odds.
I am more in the late camp.
You know when you
I can't find anything to beat it, is what I'm trying to say.
you talk to punters, it's not the winners you back, it's the odds you back and back out. If you keep on beating the market by price, eventually you're going to grind out winning. That's the way.
That's the movers.
Mathematics. Exactly. Well, that's 100%.
Yeah.
But you're right. If you were doing the market, the horse. If I did this market, I'd have it closer to even money than $1.70. So with that in mind, if I can lay it. But then, like the other, when I laid it in the Betfair lays, the scratchings come out. This whole. I don't want to be another week. It's hard talking about these things on a Thursday night. Wait till Saturday morning.
It's like for Jellia last week, you'd be laying it on the.
Now the other thing
Because
is,
there's one thing I was going to add is because it is the golden switch. But that's because you and I know this horse should be rolled forward, lead, and piss in.
Yeah, but I think the
Okay,
way
Deep Bates, this stable from 11, they'll probably sneak, sit midfield, 3 wide cast,
Yeah.
over race, and then produce
his
a what?
best
and
with
the
this
first
prep,
run on a Motley fitting and heavy.
his best run this prep was at Sandown when he got in a race of tempo. I think there'll be tempo here, and it's just going to bring out the best horse again, and it's going to be him. The horse at a big price to place is Romancer.
But if you want to back Be Good to Your Mother, you get over Betfair with me for something.
Isn't Romancer Freddie?
No, Douglas.
Or Matt Clayton.
That was an ex-weird horse.
Okay, let's move on. We're
Okay.
taking time here.
Tricky race 7, race 8 through.
1200
Jonathan, drive the jug, please.
1200 metres, BM90 for the.
Please, sir, can I have some more?
mares.
That's a nice, huh?
Petrelli is $4.
I've got to get into me before I get home.
Miss Vixen $4.60, Smart Coupe $7, Grey Shadow $5.50, and Nariko's $9.50. Mappin?
Well, there's not a lot of speed here. I think Patrol from 13 has probably only one option, and that's to lead, and she's got Willow on, so I doubt he's rolling along at real sort of fast sort of sections out in front. Maybe Rewarding Laughter Brutes up from 5, maybe Grey Shadow, if they ride her like they did first up. She could be there for barrier 1, but...
She has to be there or she's cast.
Yeah, exactly, like that's how I sort of wanted her to be ridden, but Patrol just looks to own the race out in front, and she could be the best horse.
Oh, I'll get out of the way. What the fuck do we do with all that Nicky? This thing's almost a moral here, if you trust everything, but I don't. And I want some help from you guys.
What the fuck?
The jockey's flying, the trainer's flying.
If it was a heavy 8, it was just a all-in job. That's what I was saying. Like $14 is massive over if it's a heavy 8. I watched just big
That's what
run.
I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to
I
say.
spoke to you all day.
But it's a
blue.
peak, it's a peak, but
I'd
it's
rather-
done the peak before.
I'd rather blue with you than agree with you. It's more fun when I fight with you.
Well, if you fucking show up on time, we could set it up so good. Mate, but you've been off fucking eating Chinese and getting manicures again, so...
I had a haircut.
Yeah, you're looking
manicure
sharp.
for a while.
Anyway.
Been taking the baby down the pool for swimming lessons. There's one,
Have ya?
one Sheila.
What are you getting the pool? You can sort of that
I've
rig.
been in the fucking
Sort of
pool.
that axe mate.
So, one,
You don't need
I've got a couple of stray hairs just here and here. I might have to get the wax out and rip.
You don't need to watch the person who can swim teach your kid how to swim when you can't swim.
I'm not talking about...
Get yourself a lesson at the same time.
Dicky,
Get in the pool.
I can
Start
swim.
swimming. You'll sort of that rig.
I
Get
can
rid of that
swim.
gut.
Swimming's not the problem.
Asthma gone.
Yeah, did I tell you did you think the person doing the swimming lessons was the one I was looking at? It's fucking all mums, you idiot. They're the ones I'm looking at, you fucking imbecile. It's a 50-year-old bloke who takes the lesson. It's all the mums with the bloody babies like mine. It's like, hey, how you going? Yeah, good, thanks. Yeah,
Do you operate in the Crocs?
You don't need Crocs, I'm in the pool, you idiot. I'll tell you what they've been getting down there in though. They all get down in the 90s. I'm coming down in the Betfair, the JW, Betfair 97. Taryn reckons I look like a black Gandalf in it. You know, in his sleep.
If Gandalf couldn't grow a beard.
If Gandalf had a shit beard like you, yeah.
So, Walshy, you actually like anything in this race?
Yes.
Straight to the racing.
Yeah, happy to bet. Miss Vixen's been absolutely flying. If the track wears out by that time of the day, it's got a really good run. Miss Vixen, Smart Coupe was good at Flemington behind Moon Lover. It beat home Vanderpool. And Vanderpool was $3 in the race before, if you want to talk about that. But if this is a fair dinkum heavy track, all of that Nicky's good each way. But I'm going to work around Smart Coupe, all about Nicky and Miss Vixen, which are numbers 2, 3, and 4. is Petrel a bit of a... We'll find out with the acid test.
Bit of a myth.
At Flemington, I think it was like $9 into $4.40 and then $4.40 back out to $9 in that race.
Yeah, well, the last time she met All About Nicki, they pretty much crossed the line together. The issue is Petrel SP $1.80.
Yeah.
And All About Nicki sort of wasn't well respected like she is, but she is.
Yeah, but that's a stable.
I bet
Petrol
so.
stable is a
She's from a
stable where
no-name
they go
stable.
off and they don't win.
Kim Hand's a
He
good
can
trainer.
train.
He can
Yeah, I
train.
don't mind finding his horses.
I think All About Nicky's the way to bet in the race.
What about
I
Grey
think-
Shadow? If it's heavy track, he won't get through it.
I think Great Shadow can win. I think Queen Annabelle is a horse that can win.
Something that'll get through the track is Atlantica. It's won 3 from 4 on a soft track.
Ex-movers bet, last start movers bet.
How could you possibly back that? It's winter time, you know, it's been plenty of rain in that stable, plastic sheets and all that sort of stuff.
I think there's a...
I backed one on Wednesday as my best bet.
It was heavily backed last start and didn't deliver.
Yeah.
Poorly ridden. Jockey off, jockey switch.
Trainer must be under stress.
Jai on. Jai's travelling okay.
It was Blinker's first time as well, so Blinkers remain on.
Atlantica's a horse here at big odds that we agree
It's a
can
very
improve.
sneaky one.
Yeah.
I don't think many people will find it, so I think I would.
I'd probably want to have a unit All About Nicki, half a unit Atlantica, and just let the rest of the race go. What price was Patrol? I would lay Patrol.
Yeah, I'm against it.
I'd say Fear Quaddy, if it's a heavy track, don't let Cash Village go around a loser. It loves the wet.
Kevin, and what about Kevin? He's airborne.
He is.
Oh, Kevin, boy.
Last race today, 2,000 metres handicap. We have. Sorry, I'm just looking for the $2.80 favourite. Live and free. Yeah.
Live and free.
Live and free.
Live and free,
I don't
Rosie.
keep saying live and
You
free.
can call
I
it
think
live and
it's a
free.
better horse.
Same, live and free, live and free.
Yeah. Pacadeli $6, Morton's Fork $6.50, Second Bullet $8, bloody non-winner. Emperor's
J-Lo
Way
on.
$9.
On with the rest.
Along with the rest.
Nicko, map it.
Not much speed. Dark Eye's probably a leader. Boom Time can
Comes
roll
across
forward.
with it.
Emperor's Way gets there. If they rode Allwood like they did last start, he should be thereabouts. Morton's 4. Packet looks to get a bit good run. Live and Free's probably 3 wide with cover.
Okay, I'm ready to go here. I've got it.
You go then.
Live and free is a late.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Disgusting price. Packardali can win. Needs to be bet upon. Morton's Fork gets a suck run. Willow can win. Must be bet upon. Home by Midnight was backed heavily at the right sort of time by the right sort of people. 2 starts to go at Flemington and was T-hoped. It gets T-hope off. 8 to 9, it's not huge, not a big swing, but it's
Blinkers back on.
Blinkers on, big odds. Oh, I'm very happy to suggest right now on Thursday night that you launched all 3 of them to win the same amount. We're against the favourite, we're risking another horse in the market, I can't remember what it is. This is a race I'm really keen to bet into. Home by Midnight, Morton's Fork, and Packardali. If one of them win, we win big. None of them win, we're cast again.
Do you mind if I jump in before you?
There you go, Dicko stole me thunder.
Home by Midnight's my best value of the day. Look, it's crying out for a wet track. It's going to get it. Blinkers on, barrier 4, can position midfield. Look, it's run second in a Group 1. Like
Where
it's-
are they?
New Zealand.
Group 3.
It's still not group class this race.
Okay, how many Group 2 races in Australia are worth 92,000? Sorry, 95,000. And that'd be 95,000.
No, like a fucking benchmark 70 is worth 120.
Still only second in the Auckland Cup, which is 500,000.
Yeah, but it ran third in 95. When you're saying Group 2, man, it's like...
Yeah. Home by Midnight is. I think it started what it's done here so far. I think it's proven it can win. I would just touch on Beau Belmain, who's a German import.
What's the time form rating?
No. This horse is not ready to go. I'm simply just touching on and saying this is not a horse I want to back here. It's probably.
I think it's just, I want to cut in for a
ultimate
second, just for the viewers at home.
Yeah.
Don't think that there's one reason and one reason only that Walshy is taking the piss out of Drew, and it's because he's been winning a fair bit on the punt. So now he's right for bagging. We have to look after the big guy.
Falls at state school, the Caulfield grammar boy.
Oh, airborne it is. So now we can put some shooting like we do at each other. So it's good.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, of the
Even if he
imports-
was losing, I still ain't shit on him. He wasn't kicking when he was down.
Exactly. Just put a coward punch or two in from behind. It's
No,
not.
run you over the Mondo.
Oh yeah.
Short.
And that's the same way did we hit the cow.
Thanks, mate.
Nice and short on the horse. It's a spring horse, but it needs to run here. And
So there's
Nicko
no
back.
trial kind of thing you're thinking.
Well, it's had a step back. It's not fit.
Right.
Nicholas.
Back in the yard.
Well-
I'd like to say
I disagree with all of you.
Yeah.
Back in the Melbourne numbers, this live and free will just win. Down from Sydney.
All right, case of Pepsi Max on it. Don't let's clarify the bet.
I'll
case
shake
of
whatever.
Pepsi Bank is $10.
I'll buy you a case of Pepsi
Five-
Max.
five-
You buy me a case of Mountain Goat Lager, if you can find it anywhere in Melbourne. Very popular beer. That's about the odds we're getting.
Right.
Yeah, that is it.
Okay.
Whatever you want, any kind of soft drink you want, mate.
I reckon it should be like 2 cases to 1.
Yeah, you won't pay anyway, so don't worry about it.
Oh!
But I'm with Dicko here.
Hang on, let him finish his.
Oh, sorry, yeah, shit, keep going.
Now, his second up run, he carried a big weight, he loomed, he just ran out of condition late. I saw him last start in Sydney. I worked at Cranbourne the Friday night, drove up the Friday night into the Saturday morning, and then me and Trav went to the track at Rosehill.
He's
sick.
sick.
That was sick.
We'll get back to Rosehill in a second.
But I thought this horse had improvement from the yard. He's coming up against a bunch of horses that are running against each other. All had their chance to win, and they all got beat by Mantastic. The only horse I back out of that race was the horse that got beat 20 lengths, which was Boom Time, who sectionally out in front was given a poor ride. He slowed the tempo down way too much and allowed the other horses to get into the race.
Big race stinkers.
His best chance would be to just keep rolling out in front, and he's not by far the best horse in this race.
Cool.
If he can get back to his best stuff, I won't losing on him at $30, but live and free is near best bet of the day for mine with William Thomas.
Jonathan?
Righto, potting Sydney horse in Melbourne. So that's,
I think it's Rachel King off for Brett Perrill, who's low flying.
yeah, that's all right. So I'm with Dicko here. Home by Midnight and Packadali. Not so much Morton 4, because barrier 2, it might get smothered. That was
Yeah, 2,000 metres though, barrier 2 I think is okay. Whereas 2,000 metres 400,
Theodore Nugent can ride.
very well.
3 kilo claim. Mitch Aiken, yeah, it's probably better riding than Talia Ho, Home by Midnight, but Packadali and Home by Midnight, yes. Boom Time has to be overs. Remember I said can't win Corey Parrish a couple of years ago. It won a Caulfield Cup. How's it going around $26 in this? Either it's broken down and completely cast.
Yeah, you can find out at 50s.
Yeah.
You get 50s on it.
Yeah, so you got to find out.
Yeah.
The other one that's been broken down and completely cast that has got a heap of ability is observational. So if they're getting out wide and that sort of stuff, it's got no weight.
It's the second bullet win as well.
Yeah, it's not without weight.
Non-winner.
Yeah, it's a non-winner. Actually, no. If it's a heavy track, it's going to struggle. It wants firm underfoot. If it's heavy, it's going to go.
Alright, that's it guys. We'll do our best lay and value right now. Then we're going to do viewer questions and we'll quickly ask Nick about his little trip, another trip. You've been travelling a bit, haven't you? Best, Jonathan, for the...
Best bet. I'm happy to back Wilmot Pass, and I think he might get 5-2 in the old about it. Come race day.
So for those of us born in the 80s or later,
I was born in the 80s.
what sort of price were you really?
5 divided by 2 plus 1 equals what?
What did you say?
5 divided by 2 plus 1 equals what?
3.5.
Exactly. You might get 5-2, which is $3.50.
Or if you're an intelligent human being who likes to communicate to other people because it's the core of your business, $3.50.
I deal in cash with blokes who understand what 5-2 is.
Fossils.
Yeah.
Best bet on the card is
Wilmot Pass.
value bet on the card is
Value bet on the card was shit. I can't even. There's a heap of them.
Nick. Best bet on the card.
Best bet on the card, race 5, horse number 8, William Thomas. Value, race 3, horse number 11, Mr. Genoa. And next best, race 9, horse number 9, live and free.
Druzy.
I'm chucking William Thomas as my best. You guys were scared me off a bit on Massive, and that's a fair call. Home by Midnight's my best value.
Okay, my best on the card, race 3, number 9, Ledger Late. My value on the card, Home by Midnight, could push race 9, number 2, but I'll just mix it up so we've got some more options for you at home. Race 5, number 2, Malibu Style, heavy the place each way.
I'll give you the bookies. So if each way value is going to edge. So if you're on Betfair and sitting at home and you want to do something a little bit different to the betting, you could lay Bandipur and William Thomas at the equivalent of even money each of two. So $50 out of each of them basically at under $4. And if they win, you'll do maybe $80, but if they lose, which I think they might, that'll be $100. Now, if you do your $100 on that race, double it up, and may be good to your mother, which is going to be about $70, $80 as well. And if they both go down, it's a fill-up. Simple.
That's bookmaking.
That's how bookmaking 101.
Thank you.
Value? Have you done your value?
Yeah, Jungle Edge.
Lay of the day, boys.
I'll just give you the 2 lays of the day, yeah.
Vanderpeer, race 5, horse number 3.
Patrol.
Jungle Edge.
Alright, that'll do it.
Can I bet a 10-hour slow cook brisket on that? That wouldn't mind one of them delivered, please, Drew.
I reckon he spends a lot of cash on meats. Anyway, that's it for the main part of the show. If you want to keep watching, please do. That's it though. Yeah. So you drove up to Rose Hill.
Yep.
So what time did you leave Victoria? Melbourne?
Well, once the race is finished, back Mr. Templar and the last at Cranbourne left.
Where'd you go to?
I'll be 10 hours for Cranbourne.
Yeah. I just say I have family that live in Sydney and they live about half an hour
Where?
from Rose Hill, near Campbelltown, like some of that region.
Those viewers from Sydney, I'll step in with. I wouldn't call that Sydney. That's like calling.
Seaford, Melbourne?
Pretty much.
No, worse.
Don't hang shit on
Sunshine.
Seaford or Campbelltown.
Hey, Campbelltown's fucking.
It'd be like
Campbelltown's
Dicko.
right.
Sunshine's close to the Melbourne City. Seaford is. I hate to
Ah,
tell
is
you.
it?
I don't know, Mitch.
Yeah.
So
So
went there.
And then have you been around with?
I haven't been to any. That's the only Sydney track I've ever been to.
Rose Hill is like out.
See, in the roof, isn't it?
So like if we went to Sydney for the weekend, we would never go near Rose Hill. But you'd be all over
Pretty
around.
good kebabs out that way, wouldn't
I wouldn't know. There's a Hooters across the road.
it? How fantastic would that be?
It's no good.
Oh,
Rose
no, I'm
Hill's
thinking
no good.
kids. No, yeah, no, Hooters is just.
Rose Hill's like having a racetrack at fucking
Sandown?
Sandown. Worse.
It's a racetrack there. You can punt and do shit. It's alright.
Sandown's great.
Like
I
you
like
can
that
get on
trying to
Tinder or Bumble and just whacky whack.
There was,
No, you'd be busy out there, but you'd want to strap on
Uh-huh.
two of them.
Yeah, no. It's alright for you, mate. The Shire's no better.
The Shire, God's country, the birthplace of modern
You said a
Australia.
current fair last
The
night.
birthplace of modern Australia, the
You said
Shire.
a current fair last night.
No, John,
Some
I don't
Sheila-
watch current fair. You
Some
fucking
Sheila
idiot.
got bitten out the front of all. He's had a big bite.
Is that in the front door?
Yeah.
Yeah! That's where I cut my teeth.
Yeah, obviously biting you there. Anyway, so did you win on the punt? So 10-hour drive.
yeah, went there and won about
X amount.
X amount. Should have been. Well, it was nearly the biggest day I've ever had.
Oh, fantastic.
There was like a few. Every photo finished didn't go my way, and then I'm back,
Well, I'm going to done him properly. That's what happens.
back Dagney at like 60s with scurry, and it got nosed out. So
Well, how'd you find Scurry?
he's alright. He's a good fella.
Fucking legend.
He's a good fella.
You got to appreciate the blokes who at a
Bit left
ripe,
of centre.
ripe old age can still walk to the beat of their own drum. No, I'm not joking. You know, sort of blokes who don't give one fuck about what they should do. They just do what they want to do.
No, we had a good day out there, and then
Caught
took
up with the
off.
relatives.
Yeah, caught up with the relatives, and then went on the
Who
cruise.
drove?
Oh,
Has
yeah,
Trav got his,
yeah,
has
yeah,
Trav
of
got
course.
his license for that?
Yeah, you got his last. Me and Trav drove.
Do you share the driving?
Trav's the only bloke who doesn't drink I know who lost his licence. Doesn't drink, he done his licence.
So who drove home? Both
Ricky
you
Bobby.
shared it?
Yeah, but yeah, pretty much shared it. And
I
then,
remember me and my brother drove down to watch the Swans play
Yeah, I've heard this story.
in 2014 Granny. So we drove down from Sydney, went to Moonee Valley Friday night. I can still tell the cleaner one we launched, and then there's another horse that won, Oasis Dream maybe. It was a Joseph Pride horse.
You were betting like a fucking schoolboy in those
Yeah,
days, weren't
but
you?
we launched heavily because we were pumped. Oasis Dream, Diamond Oasis, something like that one.
Domino.
Oh, no, see the red
Right,
colours,
and
yeah.
then our Malad, so we're cashed to the shit. We drove down, shared the driving to Melbourne. So the Cleaner wins or Domino Oasis wins. The last horse is our Malad. Isn't that good, like that race where sometimes if the good 3-year-old wins it, they might go to Cox Plate.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Hinch,
The Bill stuff.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Lord
Like Showtime won it.
Leonardo da Vinci won it, or
Bill stuff.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not good with.
Yeah.
I've got no idea what the races are called and what they mean. Anyway, our lad wins, there's 3 of us. We've got another mate. We're so minted. We have a fuckload on our lad, and we'll have a fuckload on our lad into the Swans to win the granny. Which in hindsight, now that I'm a complete utter victim and obsessed by punting,
that day.
they were $1.80 at the night. We woke up and I was like, boys, they're $1.60. Like, this is outstanding. Anyway, our lad pisses in too. Huge night. Got home at like 5 a.m. Had a cup of coffee and went to the footy. It was the worst day of our lives because they lost. It was over a quarter time.
Yeah, I know that. I had them going for an absolute small fortune. I think I've told you. I've had all my footy bets. It's like when Adelaide got beaten after I backed GWS and all the rest of it. Yeah, I am a footy curse.
Yeah, but just imagine the mentality. Imagine the mentality of driving from Sydney. Like, you secure grand final tickets. We had standing tickets.
Yeah.
2 standing tickets with my brother. Or what could be better? Drive from Sydney. He works in the army, so it's hard to even see him.
That's what he says to you anyway.
Smashing pots like on Friday night. We won shitloads. We went out forever. Crown everywhere. Got home, had a shower, coffee, changed. Back to the G. Breakfast. Inwood. We had mates. Like my mates. One mate from Melbourne who I had. He had a van in the car park at the G. Inwood.
Yeah.
Airborne. Everything's going to happen. And then your team gets fucked in the arse and you're about to win the 7th, 8th.
Hey, could be worse. I borrowed from Carlton. They locked one of my blokes up for 5 years today.
Yeah.
And they didn't even mention that he played a season at Richmond. They go, Carlton player, done 5 years jail. I'm like, what do that is? They go, Chris Yarran. I'm like, what about Carlton and Richmond? You're in there with buddy. Nick Stevens got locked up as well. They've locked up all my boys.
What do you think about Chris Yarran getting?
Oh, it's an absolute travesty because you've got two...
Dale Thomas, I was going to say.
Oh, Dale Thomas, we know what he did. There's more to it, but talking about Chris Yarran's a bloody sad story because you've got Nick Nat Newey and him that grew up in the same area. One went 1 and the other went 7 or something in the draft. One's life's absolutely rooted now, and the other one's flying. Like, he's an ambassador, great bloke, great for footy. And Chris Yarran's just a very sad story. I think it comes from a long line of sad stories, and that his family, his dad was in, and he said, I think he had an interview and said, I want to be a good community citizen and whatever else I've learned from your dad's mistakes. Now the poor bastard's inside for 5 years, so
it's no good.
He had a heap of ability. I blame Mick Malthouse. He's fucked Carlton. Fuck Chris Yarran as well. So anyway, that's completely off the topic. But what about the topic that everyone wants to know about? The thieving, conniving, pimple-faced idiots that can't put up a proper market on the football. So this is my take on it.
There are a few around.
Asked over and over about it. The odds are on the board. This was not a palpable error. It wasn't a decimal point or anything like that. No. They physically put up the markets, and that's what they thought they should be. And they let the punters bet. Now, they got it so far wrong because they pay the wrong people. We know who's come through that joint sports bet, and they sacked one of the blokes because he was earning too much money. Too much money was $65,000 a year. Like, bloke holding a stop-go sign earns $150, and Sportsbet are paying him $44,000 a year out of uni or something to put up markets. You pay peanuts. What do you think you're going to get?
But it's not Sportsbet's fault.
It is Sportsbet's fault.
It's a whole industry. Like,
no, but they're entitled to pay.
This is the line in the sand moment for the industry.
It's going to be great because I think it'll introduce minimum bet laws across the board, and then it might cut out those bullshit markets they put up.
How much did they
What
hold?
colour socks is? Apparently they owe $9 million.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, but no. So I've heard they owe 12.
If anyone's listening to the show, I think it's been put out that you have to individually apply to the Northern Territory Gambling Association.
Yeah.
I've had dealings with them.
And they looked after you eventually.
Well, of course they did, because I was
Because
completely
your case was sound.
sound, because you got pickle penny. I'm only dealing with pickle penny shops, which was sending me texts to say, put 1,000 in, and we'll let you turn over 1,000. So you put 1,000 in, you go, okay, here's my bill, give us 3, give us 5. Well, we're not paying. What do you mean you're not paying? You're the one who sent me the text, you fucking idiot. And so
focus on this.
And pay, but I mean, my cases were always sound. And I mean, Racing Victoria.
What you're saying is you've heard that if you have a problem with this,
you have to put it within 14 days.
Individually, you need to do it within 14 days.
And they're going to get an absolute. They'll be sitting there like, those soccer games where they're holding the gates back and then the security guards get crushed. That's the Northern Territory.
Well, the
gambling
Japanese
scene.
racing.
Yeah, the Japanese racing.
What
Like-
shits me the most is that they say it's 4 million, 10, 15, whatever.
We can say 9 because that's
Well,
been quoted. By
What would they have
journalists.
spent on like the election ads?
But
Anything on the clear?
to take
No, we're good.
take that away, right?
No, but
Don't worry
they'll
about the
fucking
election.
spend money on.
No, but it's not about the money. This is a principle thing. Now, what they should have done is they knew their prices were fucked. They could have went sorry, avoided all the bets, and let it go. They bet them at 120. 120s with an odds boost of 150. So they bet them at 120s, say normal, and they bet them at 100s, and they bet them at 60s. Then they bet them all the way down to $12.
Yeah.
You can't continue to bet because as soon as you shorten that price and take more bets,
You're cognizant to the fucking problem.
you are aware. And if they go, oh, it's your computer, the computer says no. Well, hold on. If you're using a computer, it's not fucking Skynet. As I said, the Terminator's not going to kill all these punters out there. If you're using a computer to do that, well, that's not the punter's problem that your back end's not right. So I do have a slight problem with the grubby ones, which are the ones who bet in $5 units and then have $100 on that. But the general
No,
ones,
fuck them.
but the only people supporting these fucking grubs are the low life grubs.
Make an earn off it.
No, who are probably still employed by these sort of joints because they're shit scared for their job
But
because they're going to get highlighted how inapt they are at doing it. Nick, you could go in there,
but it's
and
full.
get, and they wouldn't pay you what you're worth because they could get a bloke who hasn't seen a horse race and they go, oh, what have you done? Oh, I've done a stats degree. Oh, you go, son. They've got no idea about.
It's also that
That's
the
a
people,
good
the
thing
people,
for us.
the
Yeah.
people betting on them, on this market and making money from this market are likely encouraged to bet by this company and given text messages and lurings all the time, encouraged to gamble, even though they know that you're a losing gambler. They want you to bet because you lose money, which affects your life, but it helps their bottom line. At the same time, they restrict me, you, everyone else who can bet from betting. So it's not even that
Well,
people
Dicko.
like you and me got the clue. Let me finish. Got the clue and rate them. It's the victims who they'll probably get it back from them anyway, and they can't do the right thing by it. But
Yeah, sorry.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Well, the biggest problem with sports bet is what about 9 o'clock in the morning? You rang me up and said, oh, mate, after minimum bet laws come in, you go, oh, this is fucking over. So I go, what'd you do? He goes, oh, they bet me to win 1,000 at $19. I'm like, I go, mate, it's 12 now. I said, I go, when did you back it? He goes, like a minute ago. And I'm like, your account is completely marked. There is no point using it. Like, so they shorten something from 19 to 12s because your physical account.
But then they run it. But they run it straight back out to 19s. Like they watch the show. They fucking know what to do.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, what a joke. And then there's actually fair income punters. They're gonna have to pay.
I just think it's disgraceful how. I don't have a problem with sports bet. I actually respect what they do. It's my problem is with the government or whoever is responsible for enforcing or letting them behave like this.
Yeah, it's 100%.
Like it's fucking
And
it's fucking disgraceful.
and
Like
they're
if
not-
you put
they're
up
not
a
Australian
price
made.
and take a bet and shorten the bet, like you said, you pay.
Yeah.
The whole sport. This is a problem.
I can't give money back to systematic losers.
This is the problem though. Sports like AFL, which is a bet, doesn't need punting.
No.
Racing does, and the vulture-like behaviour on losing punters, which somehow it's kind of like mining fucking coal and oil. So you think it's going to last forever? It's not, because if you fuck them all, they'll go and bet elsewhere and do other things.
Yep.
And you don't allow people who can bet to bet into the pool to make the pool swirl like
Look, it's going.
everyone gets their cut. It's sickening. It's dumb. It's wrong.
And Clive Palmer would have outed them because they're international.
What happened to Clive?
Like,
What about? I
Which is-
tweeted it because I didn't want to bet it as all sure because I don't do political markets. It's a specialty. I tweeted it instead. I fucking should have bet. I called that election whilst I was in the room at the Royal Women's.
in tears.
Oh, just a bit.
No, not about the baby, but about the election I'm talking about.
No, I was in tears about fucking Trilly.
Oh,
Oh,
don't mention
Fucking-
Shirley again.
The worst
They
people.
Anyway, so-
came running in. They came running in.
let's talk about the mailbag's approach to sports bet is basically saying, well, we all have the same opinion that if you just voided all the bets that were on at the top odds and closer markets, we could say, okay, you've copped a mistake.
I'll speak for Mailbag. Mailbag's opinion on sports bet is, if you had avoided him at the very start, then play on. Because you didn't, you should pay. But at the very same time, we totally respect and appreciate your view on doing what's best for yourselves. Because you're a business like we are, and like everyone else is, and it's not your responsibility to be governed. You should be governed by the fucking people who govern betting.
So I want to miss sport a couple of beers and I made a pint. Then I want a free pint cup.
All nations, get here and enjoy it.
No,
I've got no problem with the people at Sportsbet or who work for Sportsbet. Like,
I got problems with them blowing up on Twitter. It's not even their money. It's like if I worked in a publicly listed company and I thought, fucking hell, they're paying me peanuts to do this. They can go.
but it's not
bite
like
at their ass.
yeah. But if it was our business, Jonathan, we'd get away with whatever we could with.
Do you reckon Top Sport would do that?
Probably not.
Not a hope in hell. They wouldn't have even voided the bets. They would have rang the clients personally if they did. Like, it's just a cog in the machine of corporate, anonymity of clients. They're just, it's not on. It's not on. You come and bet with JJ Walsh, go, my name's Nick Dooner. G'day, Jonathan Walsh, mate. Pleased to meet you. Help you out any time. That's where you get customer service.
Where possible, they'll always try and beat it. I remember.
I like it.
Do you remember? So this is talking about Tab. Do you remember the horse that died in the Sydney Cup and they had to abandon the Sydney Cup?
Yeah.
Tab then closed their futures market on it and didn't want to avoid all the bets.
Oh, that was when they run it the week later, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
so that voided the whole futures market completely, but they were not going to pay back any of the horses that didn't make the field because they didn't make the field. But the whole market had been voided. Eventually,
That's a real anonymous.
yeah, a day later we got them to, they saw the light and they paid out everyone who had put bets on them.
It's Tab's governed by the government body. Something needs to be done. I think that the corporates, as a general rule, go and hide behind the Northern Territory Gaming
Definitely.
Association. So
And they let them.
the politics, imagine how good if AFL steps in and Gillon McLaughlin says, Gillon, you're home,
Yeah.
17.
Yeah.
Gillon McLaughlin says, righto, we want 1.1% of your turnover tax on AFL, please, and we're going to redistribute that to grassroots footy, women's footy, the rec league footy down at St Kilda. Fucking, they deserve that. Dicko?
Responsible gambling, or even bailing out pokies.
Yeah, I reckon the sports bet and all the corporates or anyone betting on the sport should be donating 1.1% back as they do on the racing or whatever, or 1% under. It'll be like their consumption should go back, and that should fund grassroots footy. Like,
Yeah, but if we want to get real political, like Sportsbet have just done what they're allowed to do.
yeah,
Right? And they need to be held to
government
account by the
bodies
government,
need to be
right?
held
But if we want to
accountable.
get political, I actually don't know what it's like in Victoria because I don't do it very often, but like there's people play poker machines
Oh,
and they're pushed heavily in New South Wales and they fucking destroy people's lives.
Well, they're not VIP lounges
but
down
they
here.
pay,
It's just
the government
just the
makes a
pokies.
fuckload from them, so they let them go.
yeah.
Well, there's bigger problems in the world. There's bigger problems in the world than people having 100 on some market they know is not sweet and getting told it's not sweet.
No. The market, I've put up horses all the time that I don't think can win. Like the trials are the best. That's sometimes when you can really make a big earn. First starter in a maiden, trials absolutely shit house. The trainer goes, oh no, I think it'll improve. Fucking runs 88th. Money in the hand.
That's why you got to buy the trial report.
Yeah, well that's what Nick does.